Welcome back. You know, I wonder if you get a big credit bonus based on how you perform in an overall championship. Like, if I actually place first in this overall short track tournament, maybe then I'll get a much bigger bonus money-wise. Who knows? Tires, yeah, so... Is that dirt? I figured this place would be sand. Huh. Okay, well, I can buy dirt tires instead. Actually, give me a second. Maybe some of the other... So maybe the short track here is dirt, but maybe the enduro is sand? Okay, dirt and sand. Whatever. Let's just get some nice dirt tires. Also, how much do new ATVs cost at this point? Because we are getting at the point where we may consider upgrading our bike too, I think. 1250. How's that compared to our current stats? I feel like we want a decent top speed for the things we're doing. I don't feel like I want something like this Mudhog. I know the acceleration doesn't count for anything, but... How's that? So that's at 50% top speed. How's that compare to my current ATV? That's a little bit of an increase. I have like 60%. I wish I could compare to what I have. Like 60% acceleration. That has a worse acceleration actually. Well, these are just base stats in that ATV. I think I'm comparing apples to apples here, but okay, that's not very pleasing. Also, how much did exhausts cost? 1,000 or more. I could be wrong. I could be barking up the wrong tree, trying to go for more top speed over acceleration. Although acceleration still matters to me, but I prefer this one over the power core. Either way. So I can get some good sand tires. I prefer to get some good... There's not much reason to ever use general purpose tires, I don't think. There are no 5-star general purpose tires either, I don't think, in the game. Yeah, 3 is actually the best that you get. And you have multiple types of terrain in some places, but... Yeah, this thing would be nice to get. So I'm thinking I'll just go for these things, because you're usually on dirt, so usually these are good to have. Compared to, I think, my current, what was it, 2-star tires? Yeah, the starting 2-star tires on dirt. So... And still tracks to buy or just... Freestyle at Kalumpa. And Supercross at places for some reason. Kalumpa is nice, I do like that, so it would also be nice to buy that at some point, but of course that's way off in terms of money. Okay. Give me good tires. You're supposed to show the stats. Or no, those are wheels. I don't care about the wheels. Good dirt. Quarry will be mud, I think, largely. I think it's raining there. Glacier will be snow and ice, depending on which part you're in. Anyways. Enough prevaricating. We have good tires now. Much better. I don't know how big a difference this will make. Probably just grip or something to that effect. I don't know, or maybe acceleration or something like that. I'm not sure precisely what impact these have, to be perfectly honest. Also, at some point I should probably experiment with actually tuning my bike. If you already notice, I lean back a little bit when we have like lots of little bumps in a row. That's to increase traction, the way that the pause menu is suggesting here. But yes, I should at some point play with tuning the bike to play with stability at different speeds, as well as top speed versus acceleration. Man, so many of the earlier stages in this game are so featureless. I was always more drawn towards the later ones for this reason, I think. This is the first time I've been here, I think, so I don't think it's a bad idea to let the fly-through do its thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is one of those where visibility is a little limited sometimes. You have lots of turns that are kind of on a hill, it makes it hard to see around yourself. Oh boy, great. Okay, that's gonna set me back for a while. Oh yeah, the person I knocked over. I don't know if there's any penalty to restarting a race in this game. Not that I've been able to identify, but I feel like that this might have to rely on either actually being better than my opponent somehow, or otherwise rubber banding being in my favor. I'm gaining on them, so I think we're okay. Also, I don't do that a second time. Well, I can't complain in terms of handling on here. I don't know what it would feel like if I was using my original tires, but oops. But handling-wise, this feels pretty smooth. Hey. I didn't realize you had animations for interactions with people like that. Usually if you want to be aggressive, the way to do it is, like I accidentally did earlier in this race, to hit the inside of someone as they're on a turn. So you take the turn tighter than they do, and you just bump into them. Generally speaking, I think, oh, little, what do you call those things? Tumbleweed. But, generally you're more resistant to falling over when the front of your bike hits something versus when something hits the side of your bike. So if you hit someone's side, they're more likely to fall over than you. Yeah, these short races I'm still doing pretty comfortably well, and it feels like. Aside from the initial hiccup at the beginning of this race, I feel like I'm doing perfectly fine. Not any worse than I did in any of the other races, really. Whereas some of the other races, as time went on, I could not compete, it felt like. One, in terms of skill, sure, but also in terms of, like, it felt like on straightaways, like I just could not gain on anyone. No one did any stunts. Well, yeah, good luck doing stunts here. You really have to get out of your way to do that. I'm just used to situations where I'm the only one who actually does any kinds of... or does no kinds of stunts, I mean to say. Longest jump, 100... When did I jump 150 feet here? That sounds like a massive exaggeration, but okay. I actually got a decent number of credits for the race, by some metric. Yeah, going straight to the next race is a really good idea, I feel like, unless you already have all your stats progressed to where you can do a tournament, you're just redoing a tournament or something. So next is the quarry. So is this mud mostly here? No, it's just dirt. Honestly, I could probably do another short track here. At the same time, yeah, I like having a bit of a slow drip of new places to explore. I should probably go back to Supercross at some point. I do the National here. Enduro's pretty long, but man, everyone's just tied for first year, jeez. Yeah, we can go for a National here. By the way, how am I doing on money? Also 1,000 again, so nice. Yeah, let's do a National here. Oh, very windy this one, okay. Yeah, you probably want to know how to power slide for some of these turns. I do wonder if at some point I'm just going to go into free play and just explore any of these areas, just to give you a sample of how I tended to play this game in the past. It's still weird to me playing this in a very different way than I did in the past. Because everyone being together on these jumps is always super dangerous. Oh, come on. I ran into someone's ATV after they bit it themselves. Yeah, even on straightaways, it feels like I'm being a little outclassed here. I mean, there's more to life than how you do on straightaways, but I gained on the plenty there, for instance. I landed really awkward there, too. Yeah, shake your fist at me all you want. Yeah. Slow down. Hey, don't land on me. So I slowed down a little bit there. I'm a little uncertainty at what to do. This game doesn't have a lot of patience for you trying to learn your way around the course. Jeez, these are really long courses. I will admit, even though I'm not usually a particularly aggressive player in this game, I always have the temptation. There's always the thought anytime... Oops. Yep, that's probably a place to preload. I always have the thought anytime in the air around someone else. If I could just land on them. Back off. Yeah, I kind of just default to not preloading ever in races usually, but there are cases where it's absolutely the right thing to do, because otherwise you'll just hit a bump head on. Like up here, well, I'm not gonna... Yeah, like here... Yeah, that's a much better landing. Instead of landing on the bump just before me. Dad, this jump always looks like a turn to me. I don't realize that I'm actually supposed to just keep going straight. Go into the air there. Yeah, really, I'd much rather just keep going fast than try to get a little bit of extra air and lose some time going for points for extra credits. And you get so few credits for tricks anyways. That was not good. That was not very useful to look behind me. I still think the camera angle when you look backwards is awful in this game. That one was better. But frequently... Oh, come on! Yeah, I'm not super far behind. I can catch up like this, I think. Oh, come on. It's not supposed to happen to both of us. I like that turn. Turn into a very narrow and slippery surface. I mean, there's a bit of a pack some distance ahead of me now. Yeah, I can't take that turn as well as I'd like sometimes. Sometimes I just lose all my traction and just start sliding off to the side. I lose a lot of speed doing it. I don't know how to best take that jump there yet. Well, I'm not doing very well position-wise, but I'm... Yeah. Merely a victim getting pitted by someone. Don't land on me. That can be one benefit to preloading too, to get extra air on a jump. Getting a little bit of extra air on a jump compared to your opponents can mean you get to land on them a bit more easily. Usually you will not fall over if you land on someone in my experience. A tight turn into thin slippery surface, with a slight drop too, which also makes you lose traction a bit more. That's an awful racing line, there we go. Yeah, we're doing okay. As long as we don't wipe out again, we're fine. Yeah, see how I slide way out outside there. I didn't lose too much speed that time at least. I don't know how to do this part without losing a ton of speed. Everyone else does too for what it's worth, usually. But even so, still feels bad. Just a feeling that that could be done a lot better. Not that I mind an opportunity to gain more on my opponents either. Perhaps I should pull back a little bit on that last turn. I tend to fly on the outside of it a little bit too. It might help me keep a little bit more traction. Not sure. Yeah. I never feel good about that turn. Just keep the ride smooth. Yeah, maybe it's my stats changing or something, I don't know, but I find myself doing power slides a lot less now. I find this is a game that's not too unfriendly to you doing power slides all the time. Maybe that was a bit better. I tried to pull back a little bit that time. There's some games that will punish you hard if you try to use like the handbrake equivalent constantly on turns that don't merit it. Soundtrack Challenge by the same developer actually is a really good example of that. Unless you're using a car with like no cornering at all that can only turn using the handbrake anyways. But this one's pretty okay with you doing the power slide virtually anywhere, but you will lose speed if you don't do it well. And because the idea is it makes you lose traction. And you'll lose a little speed as you slide to the side instead of actually moving forwards at the speed that your wheels are rolling. So I guess your punishment is you lose a little bit of speed, but you can still make a turn with a sensible racing line if you do it when you don't need to do it. Anyways, the thing is you can just turn harder than you might expect to in this game, generally speaking. Also, another issue though is if you power slide a lot, if you get to the point where you're sliding sideways, landing while moving sliding sideways on the ground is fine. But if you land moving sideways, you'll pretty invariably fall over. Which means that you hit a bump while you're sliding sideways and get just a little bit of air time. When you hit the ground again, you'll fall over. Anyways. Next time... I was thinking Enduro you'd go back to. So... Simon says, in scare red letters I need to finish in a particular position to qualify. I guess it's because I'm tied for everything. Whereas this one, I guess no matter what I get, I'll still qualify for the next race or something. I'm not sure, unless Enduro rules are just different. Anyways, next time, Enduro. Bye everyone. And we might be almost done with Red Sands at that point. Then we'll see the quarry soon, which is the first level I really like a lot.